you always have, well, I always have a little bit of sculpt left. So what I can do is fill in some of these gaps here on this figure. Let's take a little bit, maybe about that much. Let's just push it on it. Since there was a hole in there, I might have to add a little bit more. Let's see what happens when we wet it. Let's smooth it out. A mess. That's the one thing that kind of sucks, is it starts smearing real bad. And it will dry in the little crevices here. So generally, whenever, and I've had to sculpt on a couple of these guys, luckily I always have an extra lying around, so I can kind of, you know, gosh, hit my funny bone. Oh, sweet apple pie babies. Okay, so what I want to do is look like this. I mean, they're all the same, you know, all the DC bodies are essentially the same, and it's just a generic, you know, look. So you can see that there's a line, like a crease going down the chest, and you just kind of follow. You just want to follow it up. And with this area right in here in the neck, just want to make it a little bit deeper. What I usually do is a nice little cave in there, and then I'll come back in with some water, and it will make my lines smooth and just a little more subtle. Just want to make sure the little clavicle line here is showing. Okay, smooth it out. I'll try to smooth this out as much as possible. Sometimes you'll have to come back in and sand it down. Now this little guy right here is a pain. Look at that. I can even see all like the super glue and whatnot that's around it. So that might actually be a problem. So what you want to do is get enough sculpt here to fill the back. And just kind of rub it off. Let's just try and get it as smooth as we possibly can. And it's seeping in, that's okay. And I'm trying to just go ahead and cover up the super glue too, because that's just going to be a mess. And like I said, if you don't have one of these rubber tools here, it's okay. It's not a problem. You just kind of, it's just going to take a little bit more time. With the sharper tool, you just have to be a little bit more delicate. Basically, you just follow the path that's already been laid out for you here. And then again, what I do is I wet my fingers and come back in and try and just dull the lines out a little bit. Like I said, sometimes you gotta come back in and and sand it a little bit, but it looks a lot better now than a big hole in the back. So, and I think that about wraps her up. I just let it to dry and paint.